All right. Yeah, I believe that positive thinking is the best solution and the only solution to solving all of our problems, and actually is the first step to take in the long journey of success. So,
Exactly. You're right. I agree with you.
but if I've seen so many people actually who are really radical about it, and I wonder why. How is it is possible that actually people think that okay, by staying positive about life and developing a positive attitude to life, everything would be solved. That is wishful thinking, in my idea.
Uh, you said that you're wondering that some people are wishful thinking or they don't have any hope in their life and they cannot be a positive thinker.
Well, as a matter of fact, positive thinking in its entirety, in my idea, cannot be really positive or constructive to you. You cannot solve all of your problems with the help of positive thinking, because actually positive
Exactly.
thinking should be together with some other, let's say, principles, such as taking actions, such as actually setting goals. If you're positive about life without any particular, let's say, action plan, blueprint, that positive thinking in the long term will become completely negative.
Yeah, you're right. And and I was saying that I was actually exemplifying the story of some people who don't have any hope in their life and they are completely frustrated and they cannot be positive thinkers. And I said that sometimes in some situations you can see that some people have generated lots of problems for themselves by their own. And I said that as an example, a couple of days ago I went to the barber shop and the barber was saying to me that he has 2 children and he has a wife who has a really terrible disease and he cannot handle his life and some
Negativity and not taking any action, just staying positive, is just fantasy. It's not realistic. Come down to earth. You should actually you should say that to others who are really, let's say, positive about everything in a very extreme way. We need to be realistic sometimes, because positive thinking or pure positive thinking about life has something to do with optimism, or let's say complete optimism, which is not prescribed in my idea. Even Dr. Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, Dr. Seligman, if you don't know him, you can just YouTube him and you will find lots of information, lectures, seminars. He said that optimism cannot help you in all cases, and you need to be pessimistic about some aspects of life in order to force yourself to take actions.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in that very much. Positive thinking is the necessary aspect of life, but it is not the only one. Have you seen the film The Secret?
Uh, the name is really familiar to me, and maybe I don't know what was the subject or the topic of the movie.
Yeah, it's a kind of documentary, but actually it is categorized according to movies, inspirational movies, produced in 2006. And the whole idea is all about inviting some life practitioners, let's say, such as Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield, and some others actually, and inviting them to have some conversations. And there are some stories told by their narrator, and in order to give motivation and inspiration. And the whole idea is based on the attraction law.
And I think there should be an equilibrium between a person's effort and a person's actually positive thinking.
Yes, taking actions. Absolutely. The whole idea about the attraction law is ask, believe, and receive. This is stupid. Ask, believe, and receive. Is that all?
No.
It's honest to God. Don't you think that it is stupid? Ask, receive, believe, and receive. That's nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
If it
You're
was
right.
the case, everybody was successful by just asking, believing, and receiving. It says that the universe will give you, will grant you whatever you need. That is nonsense.
The point is that when you do not anything about the one of your wishes, when you actually
Mm.
don't take any action, you cannot attract that subject. You cannot actually believe in that. You believe in
Absolutely.
something when you do something about it.
Yes. You need to get into the, let's say, implementation and taking actions and having self discipline. If you're just positive about things and do nothing, that positivity will turn to negativity in short.
Yeah.
Okay, photo scanning. Um, this person is such a pessimist. So, first of all, do you agree or disagree?
Yes, I agree somehow because, as you said, that's this question is something that we cannot be sure about.
Sure. The only thing we are sure about is that it is. We cannot be sure about this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about or in support of your claim that this person cannot be an optimistic one?
Actually, according to what I actually wrote down,
Mm-hmm.
say that he's staring at one point without any smile, and I think when a person has some hope in actually his mind, you can find some signs of happiness or a smile on his face, and also I cannot see any determination in his face, and and his eyes are not completely open.
Mm-hmm. Well, about that determination point, I cannot agree with you because, in my idea, he must be so determined about something. He's so serious, even austere. Uh, it means so sad and so occupied or too occupied with something. As a matter of fact, he seems to be responsive to something, and because of that, I think that he is determined. But not
But
all kind of determination is positive. Yes.
and when I look at his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
his eyes actually are signaling that he doesn't have enough hope.
Yeah. Hope and determination are not completely synonymous. Uh, yeah. Maybe actually a person is determined to do something, let's say, negative or unpleasant. But hope is a positive thing. He is not a hopeful person, as you said. But maybe actually he is determined because he is so serious to do something, to take an action, or he is not, um, let's say, so carefree or indifferent about his situation. It seems that, in my idea, he is ready to do something, to
Yeah,
fight
you're
a
right.
person, to attack somebody, and he is ready to respond.
And also, in support to your idea, we can say that one of his eyebrows is actually upper than the other one.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's why we have a term which is technically referred to as fight or flight response. Have you heard of that?
No.
Fight or flight. It means either you attack, you get involved, or run away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think actually he is experiencing that, a fight or flight response. And I think he is afraid of something. Because of that, actually, he wants to uh, experience that fight or flight response. And as you said, his eyebrows are almost raised, and his eyes are narrowed.
Yeah, yeah.
His lips are stiff, and overall he has a very austere look or appearance. Austere means too serious.
Austere, yeah?
Yes, austere. And it's not a positive adjective.
Yeah.
If a person has positive thinking, as you said, he must or she must have at least a sort of a smile, or his overall appearance must be radiant, sunny. But this is not the case here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let me see. What?
Yes, as you said, for answering to the first question,
Mm-hmm.
I think successful people are actually positive thinkers,
Mm-hmm.
because as a first step, and it's one of the backbones for
Mm-hmm.
actually fulfilling one of your objectives, to be positive, to think positive, because when you are not positive about the future, it means that you don't have any hope, and
Mm-hmm.
without hope you cannot actually fuel your actually engine. You know what I mean?
Great.
And
Yes.
there is no momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot make any progress in your life. And I think
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
successful people are actually some who actually think about the future positively, and
Mm-hmm.
when they inter in when they incur a lot of difficulties, they try to overcome all of it by finding some solutions, and uh, parallelly they think positively for finding a
Mm-hmm.
solution.
Great. Yeah. It starts from that. You need to have something which is technically referred to as PMA, standing for positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude, you can even Google it. It's a
Yeah.
very crucial term. I think it was first proposed by Napoleon Hill in his best-selling book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow
Yeah.
Rich is a very famous book in the field of life management, engineering
And
your thoughts, and
who is the author?
Napoleon Hill. Yeah, Napoleon Hill, Hill. Think and Grow Rich. Even Brian Tracy, Anthony Robbins, and Jack Canfield, and many other scholars, Bob Proctor, they just found a lot of their theories on that. That is so general. I want you to be more specific about it. For example, who's being action oriented, and also being courageous enough in the face of problems. So far, so good. What else?
Excuse me, explain more. I didn't get.
Anybody, one by one, for example, Sasan, focusing on your experiences, your knowledge, whatever you have read or studied.
I don't know, maybe your surrounding, the people that you communicate with.
Exactly, yeah. That is one of the things that I was about to just raise. If you want to be positive, socialize with positive people. That's why I said he managed to see Einstein in person, and it was not very easy for him. Yeah. In English we say man is known with the company he keeps or he makes. So we should spend more time with people who are positive. And for example, if you are I've learned it that if you are sad, spend some time just playing with children, seeing them and socializing with them and spending time with them, and you will become happier.
Yeah.
That you cannot drive your car with the emergency brake on. This is a nice quotation I just copied.
Could
Yeah,
you say it again?
Yeah, you cannot drive your car with the emergency brake on. It means that actually if you are running, if you're driving your car and if you're pressing the actually brake pedal, it's going to be really contradictory. It's going to exhaust you in the long term. And what does that break stand for? That break stands for negativity. It stands for actually hopelessness or negative thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
Doctor, let me see. Let me think about if I can remember his name. Daniel Amen. Dr. Daniel Amen refers to something as ANT, A-N-T, standing for automatic negative thoughts. That is a very nice phrase he has, I think, developed and proposed. Automatic negative thoughts, ants. Because actually these thoughts, like ants, eat you from inside.
Yeah.
Like ants, murche. They just eat you from inside. So you should be able to control them. Automatic negative thoughts. And remember, they are automatic. So they are out of your actually hand, out of your control. You should be shrewd enough, smart enough to be able to manipulate them.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the power of positive affirmation. I do believe in that. Positive affirmation. So when you repeat to yourself that, for example, you are actually a positive person, the pronoun must be present, it must be I, the tense must be present, and it must be positive. And based on visualization and also repetition is a key here. So when you just practice these things, it will become really worthwhile. Do you have any other practical solution, any other practical element or ingredients of positive thinking? Any other thing?
Having maybe having discipline. I mean, or for example, when you live in a room, yes, self-discipline is one point, and another point is making the appearance of your house or your home really organized. Maybe that's not a really big idea or advice, but that's something that works, I suppose.
You refer to some feng shui or feng shui principles?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, somehow.
Yeah, why not? You spend so much time in your home or house, so everything should be organized, and it gives you positive energy. It is referred to as Chi energy, C-H-I energy. It's Chinese. And you receive that positive sort of energy, which is Chi energy. Even you can Google it.
Chi energy, you said? Yeah.
Yes, it is a Chinese word. C-H-I energy. It says that if you live in a place that is organized, that is decorated correctly, for example, if your desk is oriented towards the North Pole, if the doors of bathroom and toilet are closed, if actually these things then can give you positive energy, which is referred to as Chi energy. It's an electromagnetic source of energy that is transferred to you from the universe.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think the appearance of wherever you live in could actually affect you strongly.
Absolutely, yes. And the other thing that I have practiced, to be honest, this is one of the most important things, when it comes to positive thinking in the practical way, not just vocalizing it, is expressing a sense of gratitude. If you do not express a sense of gratitude, if you are so greedy, it's not going to be helpful. You need to focus on what you have, what you already have. Make a list of what you have and review them, so that actually you just remind yourself that you are really rich even right now. For example, you have a good family, you have good friends, you have actually you are educated, maybe you have a nice wife or husband, good children, and so in so doing you will become more positive. So sense of gratitude. Express your gratitude or thankfulness to God for actually these blessings, and this can help you tremendously to become more positive, to develop a more positive attitude to life.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the other one actually is to develop a sense of control. Remember, being positive about life has something to do with developing a sense of control. It means that you are in control of your life and not the other way around. If actually you think that you are being controlled by others, by your life generally speaking, you cannot be positive, you cannot be happy. So how can you be in control of your life? By scheduling your time. If you are not scheduling your time, you cannot be in control, believe it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are practical solutions in my idea. And I have a tendency to make a list, to summarize, and to just in a bullet format or outline format. And right now I'm referring to that entry, positive thinking, in one of my Word documents, and I'm just expressing or sharing these ideas with you. If you find
Thank
them interesting.
Absolutely.
Thank
Okay.
you. I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think optimists are
Mhm.
more easily deceived than pessimists?
More easily what?
Deceived.
Good question. Optimist? Not necessarily. I don't think so, because optimism, it means that you focus on advantages more in comparison to disadvantages. But if it is just shallow optimism, we have two types of optimism. Shallow optimism, which is not, I don't refer to it as optimism. Maybe actually it is, what do we call it? If a person is easily deceived, it is gullible, or let's say dupe, or naive. It is naiveness. I don't call it optimism, it is naiveness. Naive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Green.
Yeah, okay. So we have to the other one actually is real or deep optimism. It means that they have a sort of critical thinking, in my idea. So they evaluate things. They do not buy things so easily. They do not reject or accept things so easily. They just have a filter, and they filter out everything that they are exposed to. And that is, in my idea, that deep optimism, those who are deeply optimistic about things do. Thank you for your listening. I'm Dr. Hariri, and I can help you to improve your English academically in preparation for the IELTS and TOEFL exam. Here you can see my contact information, including my telephone number, Skype ID, and also website address at lelb.net, and in the footer area of the website you can have all the other necessary contact information in order to stay in touch with me. Thank you and have a great time.